Hello everyone, and welcome to Wacs News.
Now here's what Alden is talking about. Coming up on Wacs News, the Father-Son Science Night and all of its fun activities.
We will also show you about the element wall and how Alden chemistry students adopted an element.
All coming up on Wacs News.
Alden, and welcome back to Wacs News.
With all the recent storms in western New York, it is always good to be prepared for power outages. Here's Scott with some tips on being ready and staying safe.
Make sure you are prepared this season for any power outages that might happen in your area. Keep the following supplies in your home: one or more coolers, extra ice, and a digital quick response thermometer. Also, put together an emergency preparedness kit. This includes water, 1 gallon per person per day. Food, non-perishable and easy to prepare. A flashlight, but do not use candles for risk of fire. Battery-powered or hand crank radio, extra batteries, a first aid kit, and any medications that you would need. Personal hygiene items, copies of personal important documents, extra emergency cash, and lastly, extra gallons of gas. But make sure that your gas tank is full. So keep these in mind so you don't get caught this winter.
Thanks, Kat. This past Friday the 17th, the primary school held its first Father-Son Science Night. Josh has more on the interesting story.
Hi, I'm from Wacs News, and this is Zach. And did you have fun tonight?
Yes.
What was your favorite experiment that you did today?
The catapult.
What did you do in that?
Oh, you shot things as far as you can.
All right, thank you.
In the computer and iPad room, kids explore different apps and websites. The slime lab was a big hit with the kids. They got to make their own slime and then throw them at the targets. The kids had a blast with this one. The primary school Father-Son Science Night was a night of planned fun science activities for primary boy students and their fathers. It was a well-attended evening. This was the first time that the primary school held a science activity night. In the past, the activities would mostly be games and activities without a theme.
Your parents, your dads, have about 5 liters.
Many activities on Science Night included the planetarium to study the stars, computer science websites, and iPad science applications. Others included rock room, catapult competition, slime lab, and a body guide.
7, right? 9, 9-year-olds, okay. 8, all right. 7 and 12, you have 3 liters of blood. All right, that's how much blood is running through your body. And it's being powered. Well,
The body guide was a guide that had body parts that could be taken out and looked at and held, like the heart, lungs, liver, stomach, and others.
you're powered by this, guys. Your heart. Your heart. Every bit of blood that runs through your body at some point, very quickly, runs through this heart. Again, it's a muscle.
I am with Carter. And Carter, what was your favorite experiment you did today?
The gooey thingy.
Slime lab?
Yeah, it's a slime lab.
All right, what did you do in that?
We made slime.
Finally, kids explored the demonstration hall. These were mini experiments that showed the kids their germs, frog dissection, or looking through the microscope. The Science Night was a great success and helped the kids and their fathers with the subject of science. Most popular activities were the slime lab and catapult competition. All in all, the Science Night will be back again next year.
Thanks, Josh. Last week, 8th grade students came to the high school for freshman orientation.
They toured the school to see what extra classes they can take. Here's Haley with the story.
I'm Haley Panic, and I got a closer look on how all the middle school 8th graders are planning for their freshman year. 8th graders and their parents of all the middle school traveled over to the high school on January 15th in the evening to learn about all the high school classes available to them for the next 4 years. 12th grade communication students presented the business department and answered questions. The art department was presented by middle school art teacher Ms. Redmond and senior art workshop student Hannah Best. Mr. McConkey presented the beginner tech and woodshop classes and answered questions by parents and students. Mr. Larrabee and Mrs. Granada presented the different bands and choruses open to high school students throughout the 4 years. This has been Haley Panic reporting for Wacs News. Now back to the studio.
Alden High School chemistry students adopted an element to make a chemistry. Let's go to Jeff for mole information.
Ms. Cole and her chemistry students participated in the Adopt an Element project once again this year. The Adopt an Element project is a giant periodic table which students were each assigned their own elements from the table. Each student was to create some kind of advertisement for his or her element.
These are the elements. In order. These are the elements. So we got hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen, fluorine. Now stop snoring. This isn't boring, and this is stuff you shouldn't be ignoring. Neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, and chlorine. That's under fluorine. Hey, we're up to 17. You never had it better for remembering the elements. These are the elements. These are the elements. These are the elements. These are the elements. So then we got argon, potassium and calcium, scandium, titanium, vanadium and chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc, gallium, germanium, arsenic, selenium, and bromine. It's under chlorine and fluorine. Just keep storing the order for your motorboard. Krypton, rubidium and strontium, yttrium, zirconium, niobium, molybdenum, technetium. It's radioactive. Whoa, ruthenium, rhodium, palladium, silver, cadmium and indium, tin, antimony, tellurium and iodine. These are the elements.
The purpose of this project is to promote similarities of the periodic table and its families of elements. The students will gain an understanding of characteristics of elements and how those characteristics are related to everyday life.
After this short break, we'll update you on upcoming birthdays, weather, and more.
We'll be right back, so don't go anywhere.
I've been robbed. Protect yourself from thieves. Lock your locker.
Bulldog Express is a great way to enjoy snacks and drinks during advisement. Drinks are $1 and snacks are 50 cents to 75 cents. Mrs. Marco's class and Mrs. Williamson's class go down during all the classrooms during advisement and sell out those snacks. So come on down and enjoy these snacks before they're gone.
What kind of things have the snack cart have for you?
There's popcorn, Cheez-Its, nuts, Gatorade, and other kind of snacks.
I really wish I knew what was going on at Alden.
Yeah, same. I wish there was like something on Twitter that could tell me.
Well, do I have a solution for you? Follow Wacs News. That's where I get all my latest information as to what's going on. With Twitter being the up-and-coming social networking site, Wacs News has decided to get involved, bringing you the news in 140 characters or less. So don't miss out and follow at WACS News Today. Don't delay. Follow today.
Next up, we're heading over to the Weather Lab with Kat for an update on the winter weather that's here to stay.
Well, it it looks like it's going to plummet back down into the lower temperatures this week. Let's take a glance at our Wacs weather outlook. On Monday, it's going to be snowy with a high of 10 and a low of 6. On Tuesday, it's going to be snowy with a high of 11 and a low of 9. And on Wednesday, it's going to be snowy again with a high of 8 and a low of 7. On Thursday, it's going to be partly cloudy with a high of 18 and a low of 14. On Friday, it's going to be cloudy with a high of 15 and a low of 10. On Saturday, it's going to be cloudy with a high of 23 and a low of 15. On Sunday, it's going to be snowy with a high of 20. So, it's going to be positively freezing out there this week, so make sure you're prepared for that. Catch you next week, Alden. Back to you, Ernesto and Megan.
Thanks, Kat. This week, we have both of our sports anchors bringing you team updates. Here are Brian and Austin with sports.
Thanks, Megan. Boy, it's been a very busy first couple weeks here in the winter season, hasn't it, Brian?
It sure has been. But before we get into the winter sports highlights, I have some news on the fall from the one and only Phil Zobrist on his amazing accomplishment. This past week, I had the opportunity to interview Phil about being awarded the Buffalo Bills Alumni Lineman of the Year. Phil spoke about the award and his future football plans in the interview.
Well, it was nice to get the recognition, being a lineman. We oftentimes don't get any recognition. It was nice. It was a nice banquet and everything. The award was a $1,000 scholarship. That was a nice surprise. I had no idea that was coming along with it. There's a lot of schools in the picture this time. Got to sort through all of them.
It should also be noted that Phil was a Trench Trophy finalist, which is an award that goes to the best lineman in Western New York. He was also a first-team All-Western New York football player. What a great season for Phil, and best of luck to him in the future. Luckily for Phil, he was part of another major accomplishment. This past week, the varsity football team was crowned the Scholastic State Champion. The team had an overall average of 95. The team finished the season with an overall record of 9-1. Congratulations to Coach Curran and the football team. The cross-country team also had a terrific achievement in the fall. The boys were crowned Section 6 Class C champions for the third consecutive year. Congratulations to Mr. Carl and the boys.
Thanks, Brian. And now to some highlights from over the past couple weeks. On Tuesday, December 19th, the varsity swim team won their third straight meet after defeating Pioneer 50-44. Will Colbert and Zach Salem have led the Bulldogs to what has been a promising season thus far. The rifle team had a bounce-back win over rival Lancaster on December 19th also, after taking the match 1,287 to 1,225. Albert Boucher, Noah Fox, and Katie Kaminsky were high scorers, all with 266 each. And now let's take a look at how the boys varsity basketball team is doing.
The winter season is upon us, and that means another year of Bulldogs hoops. In this highlight, the Bulldogs are taking on Pembroke for a scrimmage where they showed some life and intensity. So far in the regular season, the boys have played 4 games in 2 tournaments. First, the Iroquois tournament, where they split the series 1-1, then the Akron Holiday tournament, where they split the season 1-1, losing the championship game to Hutch Tech. Leading the club are seniors Dylan Dussel, Ty Glazer, Brian Stolt, and Nick Kibler. Coach Annie Smith looks to take the team far this year.
And last but not least, the girls varsity basketball team got a W in a matchup against league opponent JFK in a 40-32 win December 19th. That's all we have for sports today. Back to you, Megan.
Thanks, guys. Finally, the moment everyone has been waiting for. Here's Casey with our question of the week.
With the new year comes new goals, and I got to ask some Alden students what they hope to accomplish in 2014.
My goal for 2014 is to start my senior year out great. My goal for 2014 is to go to college and buy a car and win the lottery.
In 2014, we plan to accomplish
graduating high school
and going to college. In 2014, I plan to graduate high school.
My goals for 2014 are to play more video games, cry less, and get a hockey-playing boyfriend.
In 2014, I want to get a new job.
All right, folks, there you have it. Looks like what most people are excited about in 2014 is graduation, and I don't blame them. Now back to you guys in the newsroom.
Thanks, Casey. And now, before we leave you for the night, here's our Wacky Wax Fact of the Week. Did you know, in 1938, Time magazine named Adolf Hitler Man of the Year? Now that's wacky.
Well, folks, that's all we have for you today.
If you missed a Wacs News episode, remember you can find it online at our official YouTube channel. Just search Wacs Network. And follow us through social media on Facebook at facebook.com/WACS News or on Twitter at WACS News.
And that is the news.
Good night.